Now, did you know that you can transform any mundane task into a success ritual? Well, every day we practice rituals. We brush our teeth, we eat our breakfast, we watch our favorite shows, and we do them all with ease without really thinking about them consciously. Yet, did you know that there's a secret to adding and finding meaning with these tasks? Now, in a few moments, I'm going to share with you my secret and my favorite ideas on how to incorporate success rituals into your life. So stay tuned. Now, if this is your first time here, make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. So what are rituals? Well, every day we do activities on a regular basis that become part of our daily practice. We do things like brushing our teeth or eating breakfast, or maybe we drive a certain way to work every day. And with these rituals, often they're unconscious activities. We don't think so much about it, they're just part of our everyday. But success rituals hold a whole lot more meaning. They resonate with us, they help us to raise our frequency, and they're like these little injections of positivity throughout our day. So even simple rituals can be made spiritual when you bring an intention of love and awareness to doing these regular everyday activities. Now, the meaning and the repetition that you bring to it reminds you that these activities are actually special and they're bringing value to your life. And in that moment, like I said, you're getting this positive injection and you're feeling super, super good. Now remember, we want to make sure that we're raising our frequency and maintaining a high frequency as much as we can. So what can become a success ritual may actually surprise you, and it may be something that you're already doing. You know, these rituals can be personally meaningful, so you can either do them alone or you can do them with other people. Either way, they have the same result. So here are some suggestions on how to add a success ritual into your life. So the first thing you want to look at is your hobbies. You know, things like expressive dance or poetry or drawing or singing or writing or cooking or gardening, or any of these things that you already do that add value to your life. You can drop in and have a much deeper experience when you do these things. And you can do that by being mindful when you do these things. So let's say, for example, gardening is one of the things that you love to do. So while you're gardening, just drop into a moment. Like, what are you smelling? What do you hear? What do you taste? Are you feeling the sun on your skin? Are you seeing little animals and insects running around in the garden? Have you noticed, one of the plants that you planted the week before is now growing? What is the energy that you're feeling from the plants in the garden that you've created? This is how you make it a success ritual, because you're adding that extra meaning and that extra energy to it. Dancing obviously is something that you would love because, you've already got that energy anyway. Poetry. Can just choose some favorite poetry books. Go online, find your favorite poet, explore new poets, and then sit in a place where maybe you have a glass of wine or you have a cup of tea. You've got a lovely ambiance and environment around you, and you're really dropping in and feeling the words and understanding the meaning of those words. And it can take poetry to a whole new level. So anything like that you can do that maybe you're already doing, think about what you're already doing now and how you can enhance that experience. Another thing is connecting with others. After this pandemic, talk about connecting with others, how important that is. If there's a friend that you haven't heard from for a while, give them a call. Maybe you have a friend or a family member that you'd like to make a ritual of calling every week. And when you do call them, yeah, sure, check in, see how you are with each other, but maybe share a mindful experience. Maybe share what you're grateful for that week. Or, if you're working towards a goal, maybe share some of the strides forward that you've taken that week that's moving you closer to your goal. Think of all of the things that you can share with this friend and, of course, let them know how much you love them. And when you do that, do it with, genuinely. Do it from a place where you're really dropped into your heart first, and then be able to share it from there. I mean, you can call different friends and family as long as it's a ritual and it's consistent and regular for you. Now, the same thing goes for volunteering or engaging in like a community group. You know, when you're doing these things and you're giving to others and you're being selfless and you're being generous, that is something that really helps to raise your frequency, and it really helps to make you feel good. And again, when you make it a ritual, what you're doing is you're really stepping in and making it a regular activity. Now, this doesn't have to be a weekly thing. Maybe this is a monthly thing. You know, I used to, when I first moved to LA, I would volunteer reading to children. So I'd get up on a Saturday morning and I would drive downtown LA and I'd go into one of the schools there and I'd read books to the kids. It was something that was close to my heart. So choose something that you know is kind of close to your heart, something that's meaningful to you. And I tell you what, I would be on a high for the rest of the weekend. And only took a couple of hours. But it was something that was so meaningful. So think about what that could be for you. Another thing is to exercise. Now, exercise can also be a spiritual practice. You think about, you heard people talking about a running high. So when I used to run, I used to get up in the morning. This is when I lived in Sydney. And I lived on Sydney, which is on the East Coast. So the sun would be coming up over the water and I would be running and I would just be in the zone. And it was like my morning meditation. And because I had my blood flowing and I had endorphins and everything moving through my system, it was also a way for me to be able to tap into the divine. I would have so many ideas coming in. I had so many insights coming in when I was running in the morning. And of course, at the end of it, I feel so good because I know I've done something really positive for the day. It was a little funny because Glenn, who I was married to at the time, was a night person. So I would come back from a run and be like, right, I've got all these amazing ideas. And he probably wasn't open to hearing them at that time of the morning, but I was very excited. But think about any kind of exercise that you like to do. It could be swimming. Swimming is kind of a regular thing. You can be going up and down and just be in your thoughts and be in your body. Walking or cycling or anything like that. And for me, my real spiritual form of exercise is yoga. Yoga and Tai Chi, or even Qigong, are great ways that you can start the day and be so in your mind and your body. You're breathing. You're checking in with your body. You're going through slow moves and practices that you're mindful of what you're doing in that moment. It helps you to focus your mind as you consciously move through these different poses and positions. So not only are you getting great breath work and you're getting great flexibility, but you're having these deep mindful moments, mind, body, soul connections. It's absolutely amazing. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. Next is to recite affirmations. Well, you know me, I'm the queen of affirmations. Affirmations I love because they are statements in present tense as if they've already happened. And what happens is when you say an affirmation, I like to do them looking at myself in the mirror. You don't have to do that. You could write them out. You could just say them out loud when you're driving the car or doing some other activity. But when you say it, what's most important, even more important than saying it, is how you feel when you're saying it. So when I'm saying affirmations about the day I'm about to have, about the project that I'm working on, about the body that I'm working on right now, I say it with so much conviction, so much resolve, so much energy and emotion that I believe that these affirmations are true. But what it's also doing is putting the universe on alert and going, listen, these are the things that I really, really want. And it does help to fasten up that manifestation process. Saying words in a way that acknowledges your mind, your body, and your soul, that they are certain to fill you in ways so that you can have continued feeling of contentment and happiness, and you can carry that throughout the day. So, with your affirmations, you can either say them before you go to sleep, which is great because your subconscious mind will be mulling over them all night, or you can say them in the mornings when you wake up and make it part of your morning rituals. So let me give you some examples of some affirmations you could say. Something like, I have energy and I am filled with joy. Or I'm healthy and my mind is sharp. Or I'm blessed to have such a wonderful family and friends. Or I love my life. And my personal favorite is everything always works out for me. I know that when I say that affirmation, which is kind of like a mantra after a while, everything always works out. The next thing you could do is mindful breathing. So just take a few minutes every single day to breathe with purpose. Now there is a number of ways that you can do this, and you can Google mindful breathing, but what I like to do is I can either stand or I can sit but push myself away from the desk. I like to breathe in for 3, hold for 3, and exhale for 3. So let's do a couple of those together. Okay, so breathing in, hold, and out. Let's do one more. Breathing in, hold, and relax. Wow, I'm feeling more relaxed already. But notice how your parasympathetic nervous system, everything calms down. And from that place, it's easy to face what you need to face next. Another thing you can do is to embrace nature. Spending time outdoors. Watch a sunrise or a sunset. Notice the wildlife when you're out on a hike. Listen to the wind, pass through the trees as you're strolling on the path. Maybe you're walking on the beach, notice the waves that are crashing in on the beach. And it's not what you're seeing or just what you're seeing. Think about what you're also hearing and what you're smelling and what you're touching, what you're feeling. And really drop so deeply into that moment that every one of your senses is awake and alive. And it really helps you to drop in and have that super mindful moment. Even if you're just sitting outdoors, I live in an apartment, but I can sit out on my balcony, which you can see just out there, and just take in the smells and the sounds, and I get to see the boats out here on the water, and it really does help to change my energy and my mood and reduce stress. Like if I'm having a stressful afternoon, I can just go and sit outside. I don't even need to take anything out there with me, except maybe Bella. And just sit out for a moment, 5 minutes, and just notice what's going on around me. That's all I do. And then I'm ready to come back in. The next thing you can do is set your intention. So your intention could be either for the day, or it could be for the week, or it could be for the month. So think about what that could be. I like to do a weekly intention on a Sunday. If I do it on a Sunday, I'm sitting on Sunday afternoon, I'm thinking about what my week is going to look like. I'm thinking about all the tasks that I need to get done. And when I set an intention, not for just what I'm going to complete, but what I'm going to get to, the target that I'm going to reach by the end of that week, it, number one, helps me to stay accountable. Number two, it means that if I get those things done early, I can reward myself with some extra time off. Or if I'm running a little bit behind, it also tells me that I need to put in a little bit more effort to make sure that I reach my target for the week. Daily, you could wake up in the morning and as you're cleaning your teeth or as you're having a shower, you can really drop in and think about what is my intention for the day. Now, it doesn't have to specifically be a goal. Maybe your intention is that you want to give out at least 5 compliments for the day. So not only have you set your intention, but again, these compliments are like little positive injections that you are peppering in throughout your day. That's really helping you to make you feel really good. The other one is to practice gratitude and forgiveness. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that a gratitude practice is of utmost importance. We think it's something simple, but it really, really is important. So keep a gratitude journal. Now, I know that we can go, yeah, look, I can say my gratitudes or think my gratitudes or express my gratitudes. But when you have to commit 3 to 5 new things every day to a gratitude journal, you are looking out throughout your day for all the things that you can add to your journal, which means that you're always looking for the positive. And after a while, all you get to see is the positive. It's fantastic. So keep a gratitude journal. Now, the same thing goes for practicing forgiveness. Have a similar ritual. Maybe you do a review of your day and see what happened. And maybe you didn't show up in your best self in a moment. Forgive yourself for that. Maybe someone was a little bit short with you. Just forgive them for that. Really think about ways that you can release any kind of angst or any kind of anything that you're holding on to that's going to add resentment and build up, and especially in your relationship. We all have different stuff going on throughout the day. And when we can look at different things and release them and let them go and forgive our partner or forgive our loved ones for having a moment, because I'm sure that we had a moment ourselves, then it really helps to release all of that, get you back to a place of love and seeing the positive in that person as well. Another thing you can do is pray or meditate. Now, if you're committed to prayer or committed to a meditation practice, even if it's just for 5 minutes, you can really bring yourself into balance. I like to do at least 20 minutes, and depending on how much time I have. Now, your meditation can be just to center yourself and calm yourself. It could be an intention meditation, where you think about the intention that you set for yourself, and then sit down in meditation. And sometimes when you are quiet like that and quiet your mind, you're able to get some insight coming in from the divine. And maybe it's just like you're stressed and you need to get out and have a bit of a break, like a bit of a pattern interrupt. Then you can sit down, close your eyes, concentrate on your breath for 15 to 20 minutes, and you stand up as a brand new person. So again, to make this a ritual, you want to make sure that this is consistent, to do it every day. And I encourage you every single day to do this. And the morning for me, is the best time to do it. Another thing you can do is to relax your body and mind. So, book in for a massage. We'll go to one of those flotation tanks. Go for a swim, float in water. Whatever you want to do, make sure that you are doing something to relax the body and mind together. Maybe it's just, sitting on a lovely couch and just relaxing, reading a book. Whatever you want to do, make sure, again, as a ritual, that you're feeling completely relaxed, mind and body, as you do these activities. All right, so before I go, I want to let you know that I've created a calming breathing exercise, and it's completely free for you. It's a guided exercise that's really easy to follow, and it helps you to connect to your breath and release any tension that you may be feeling. Now, you can make that a part of your success rituals and add that to your repertoire, like the other things that we talked about today. So you can download it for free, and you can find the link in the comments below. So my name is Natalie Ledwell. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.